Yeah.
ASMR YouTuber flees Japan after trespassing into nuclear disaster. We all know about nuisance streamers, right? Plaguing Japan, but now even ASMR streamers are doing that shit.
This YouTuber decided to commit a bunch of felonies in Fukushima's nuclear disaster zone to make an ASMR video. And within days, he was the subject of mass police reports, Japanese news coverage, and nationwide controversy. All because of a 10-minute video where he tapped on things in an abandoned city and trespassed into people's abandoned homes.
We are in an abandoned house in Fukushima and I have the nuclear radiation detector.
Why am I not surprised he's French? I feel like this is like the less surprising thing in this whole video. It's like French, okay, yeah, it makes sense.
Piano and the TV.
Also, this is not ASMR. This is jackassery, not ASMR.
So, this is Tom, who goes online by Tom ASMR, a French content creator who specializes in, yeah, you guessed it, ASMR. For those who don't know, ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, and it's essentially videos designed to trigger...
Like, if you like ASMR, sure, cool. I will judge you, but like, yeah, it's a thing, and it's a pretty huge and popular category in content. All these nuisance streamers need to get their knees broken with an arrow. What the fuck? This is not Skyrim. Calm down.
Relaxing tingles in our brain through specific sounds, like whispering, tapping on objects, crinkling paper, that kind of stuff. Some people like it, I personally cannot stand it. But Tom has roughly 1 million subscribers, and on September 19, 2025, he announced on...
I keep forgetting, I promised like over half a year ago that I'll make one ASMR video of humiliating how you play games. Like just literally saying you suck at games, you cannot aim, your KDA is trash, and I keep forgetting to record it. That's gonna be the first and the last one I've ever make, and I'll maybe make it in like finally like 5 years. We'll see.
On Twitter that he would start his Tom ASMR Asia tour. The concept is as simple as it sounds. Instead of the typical studio setup where he's just tapping on objects and so on, he runs around Asia and taps on objects in the street and does the...
What?
Best shooting point.
Yeah, again,
That's not ASMR. What? Like, I don't consume ASMR, but that's not it. Please do. Meso needs more clips, video for his voices of the Void TV. Please, would love that, not gonna lie.
do not understand this niche on YouTube, but clearly it's extremely popular because you have massive ASMR channels. So I mean, hey, whatever floats your guys' boat. But before the controversy hit, Tom's Asia tour was actually going pretty smoothly. And he also did these kind of live streams here as well. And again, the format was essentially him running around doing and tapping on stuff.
Can someone explain to me what's the entertaining part of this? Like, I'm obviously not consumer of this kind of content. What's the entertaining part of him going around Japan and going... What's the appeal of that?
Which I guess is interesting. And the reception to these earlier videos seemed fine. Nothing particular controversial happened in China, and the initial Japan content didn't really raise too many red flags either. But then came October 15th, when Tom uploaded the video that would spark possibly the biggest controversy of his entire career, ASMR in Fukushima. But for those who don't know, Fukushima is located on the eastern coast of Honshu, Japan's main island, and it's safe to say that for most people around the world, the name itself is almost...
Well, some areas of Fukushima have been cleared and they are rebuilding. Some of them. Not all of Fukushima is cleared yet.
Always associated with one thing, the 2011 nuclear disaster. So, on March 11th, 2011, a massive earthquake hit the region, followed by a devastating tsunami, with the disaster directly claiming 182 lives in the Nami town alone. And unfortunately, the earthquake and the tsunami triggered a nuclear accident at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. And even now, 14 years after the disaster, parts of Fukushima remain restricted or considered unsafe for casual visits, particularly the areas close.
But they have like an ongoing project of like rejuvenating the area
To the nuclear plant. The region has
I think Broad in Japan does quite a bit of coverage of them rejuvenating the area, since he is like directly working with them to promote the area and like trying to get people to move to the safe zones and like bring the shops back in there and all that stuff.
Zones called red zones or difficult to return zones, where public access is heavily controlled due to lingering radiation problems. The video itself is about 10 minutes and follows Tom wearing a white suit as he explores various locations in what seems to be the Nami town. Nami town was hit particularly hard by the disaster. Most of the town remains in an area where it's
So yeah,
difficult
that's a
for the former
restricted
residents
area.
to return home, and many of those who evacuated have never been able to come back permanently. Now, throughout the video, he's holding a radiation detector, checking the places he passes through, and making a point of touching and tapping on everything across his path. Based on online investigations by Japanese users who analyzed Tom's video frame by frame, especially on Twitter, they were able to piece together his exact
Like, at what point are the clicks not worth it? I would say getting radiation would like constitute, okay, maybe it's not worth it at this point. You cannot be that desperate for views, right?
route through Nami Town. And this video starts at the Kusaka bookstore, which is located in front of Nami Station, an area where the evacuation order has been lifted and people are living relatively normally.
ASMR in Fukushima. Okay, let's go. Follow me, follow me.
Why is he doing that?
Okay. The water.
But from there, Tom moved
If I would be an ASMR consumer, if anything, this audio would have been annoying me.
to the former site of the Fukushima's bank, Nami Branch, and then crossed the Takase River before entering what used to be an arcade hall called Tsubame. He then went to the gates of the former Motoyoshi Elementary School, which has been preserved as a disaster remnant, a physical reminder of what happened during the earthquake and the tsunami. And the video then ends with what appears to be a logistical warehouse somewhere in the area. Now, the main point of the controversy wasn't necessarily these locations, since many of them are in areas where evacuation orders have been lifted and public access is technically allowed. But the part that would generate the most controversy comes when Tom enters what appears to be an abandoned private residence.
Okay, so we're in an abandoned house in Fukushima, and I have the nuclear radiation detector.
Inside the house, there are clothes and furniture scattered everywhere in half-destroyed rooms. So it's assumable that whoever lived there left in a hurry and never came back.
Yeah.
There's even a moment in the video where he finds this wall calendar that's set back to March 2011, the month of the disaster.
Look, my friend, look. Oh, the calendar, March 2011. Look. Oh my god.
A dresser that's lost its door and had its clothes hanging neatly on hangers. And after exploring an abandoned house, the video shows him lying on his back in the middle of the road, climbing onto the back of an abandoned truck, and eventually
Why?
reaching a breakwater where he reports there had been a tsunami.
Okay, so we are in the tsunami wall. The radioactivity is very big here. Oh my god.
What?
The house
Wait, if the radiation is actually it's super high there. So if it is high, he's like just fondling it with his bare hands. Just sitting there.
was identified as being located somewhere between the gas station here and the Takase River. According to online investigation, the roof of the house had collapsed and it appeared to be completely abandoned. But the key issue people have with it is that it was still private property and Tom doesn't appear to have
At least this dude doesn't need to worry about stalkers, right? I think even a stalker will go like, bro, no, they have radiation, I'm good.
gotten permission from the owner to enter and film there. And for this reason, once Tom posted this video, there was a pretty strong reaction from Japanese viewers. It was immediate and intense, to put it
Understandably.
gently. The comment section under his video quickly filled up with criticism, most of them in Japanese, with people questioning whether if it was appropriate for him to enter these locations, especially the abandoned house. And many also pointed to the fact that it looked like he was trespassing, and that using a disaster area as a collection location for ASMR sounds was pretty disrespectful for the people who lost their homes and lives during this tragedy. And not too long ago, there was actually a streamer from the Ukraine who was arrested for doing the exact same thing. However, on Twitter, things escalated even further after some users launched what appears to be a coordinated mass reporting campaign against Tom. The backlash also included comparisons to other foreign
Honestly, I'm not surprised. Japanese people would be also beyond exhausted of all these content creators coming from abroad and constantly creating issues there. I'm honestly still surprised, like how calmly Japanese people are still reacting to all of this. Would it be any other country? Like people like that would be just hunted down.
streamers who had caused problems in Japan recently, with people who brought up Kelton, who we've also covered on this channel pretty recently.
Yeah, that guy.
Hey,
Yeah.
but it's okay. Che, oye, che. Date quieto ya, Dios. Mira un poco, dime. Hey, stop, bro. Don't touch me, bro.
And Study Time, a streamer who crashed a Toyota MR2 into bystanders and other vehicles at a Japanese car meet.
This side. It's so weird to be on this side. Oh! Wait!
Who genuinely reach a point where not a single foreigner is gonna be allowed there because of idiots like that, or it just foreigners will get jumped. That's where we're heading.
Sorry. Oh my god. Sorry. Oh my god.
And then people are surprised why a lot of business owners, especially like small business owners in Japan, the second they see you're a foreigner, they will kick your ass out. Are we really surprised that second they see you're a foreigner, they'll kick you out? I wouldn't be surprised.
So obviously, there's a trend of people going to foreign countries and just acting out for content. And honestly, I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon. And in my opinion, it's overall just distasteful to make a video the way he did in a nuclear disaster zone, and even trespassing in people's abandoned homes. Because it wasn't like his video was made in a respectful way. He wasn't really documenting the area. He was essentially just using a disaster zone for his ASMR clown show. Because after watching his video, it just left me with a question of why? But the controversy was not just limited to social media either, because multiple official Japanese news outlets actually picked up this story and started covering Tom's video, turning what started as online drama into legitimate news articles. And the Fukushima police station also confirmed to the mainstream media that they had received several reports about the video, mainly coming on the morning of October 17th, and they had checked out the contents of the footage. A representative from the police station also said that we have not yet identified the location of the incident and are currently gathering information. We have also been unable to contact the landlord, and no report has been filed yet. However, we intend to file one if the other party does. But they also acknowledged some complications with potentially prosecuting this case, because the roof of the house has collapsed and has been completely abandoned. After evacuating, the victims have been coming back once a month to clean up, but it appears they have no plans to return to this house. Given these points, I think interpretations will differ as whether this constitutes as trespassing. The town office announced it would also be increasing patrols in the area, coordinating with police and security companies, and a watch squad to prevent similar incidents in the future. So clearly, this town was absolutely not a fan of this. Meanwhile, as all of this was happening in Japan, Tom himself seemed completely unaware of the growing controversy at first. According to his Instagram activity, he had already left the country and was in Seoul, South Korea by the time he uploaded that video.
No, he fled. My money is on the fact that he fled. He ran.
So once Tom started receiving a lot of foreign backlash, that's when he finally responded. First, he pinned a comment to his YouTube video on the day it was uploaded saying, "We only went to authorized areas, no forbidden areas or red zones. It was moving to see all this. That's why we did things in the most respectful way possible. We also talked to several residents during the recording, and it was an adventure rich in knowledge and contribution." Dude, I don't see how this was respectful. What? Like, come on, dude. How is that respectful? But as the controversy continued to grow, Tom decided to reach out directly to one of the main accounts that had been bringing visibility to the video. So he sent this long message explaining his side of the story, in which he insisted he always respected Japan and its rules, that all filming was done in public, authorized areas, and that he avoided forbidden zones, talking to locals, and emphasized that he never disrespected anyone in the country. Because of the sensitive situation, any videos filmed in Fukushima's disaster zones are bound to stir up controversies, especially if they look like someone ignored safety rules, trespassed, or disrespected people affected. On top of that, with the whole trend of IRL streamers pulling antics in various Asian countries, which, you know, we've been covering very extensively here on this channel, it's understandable why so many locals are now extra cautious and defensive about this kind of content. In Japan, trespassing is considered a criminal offense.
The amount of like the controversies with content creators from abroad, like being caused in Japan, they are being a lot more patient than any other country. But there's already like specific restrictions to go to specific cities and specific locations. Then the shop owners, they can just deny you entry as well. Like business owners, they can deny you entry as well. So there are cities that are forbidden now. There's businesses when it's denied entry. when you go there. And you cannot really hate on it, even though I do see content creators complain about it that, oh, they denied me entry because of racism. No, just read the room. There's a lot of nuisance streamers going on, and I honestly full on support them not wanting like foreigners going there anymore because at this point, you're like, how would they know? How would they know you? And how would they know that you wouldn't cause any issues? So I actually do support them making that decision.
But only Japanese authorities have the power to actually take action against it. Since Tom is currently outside of the country and doesn't appear to have any plans of returning to Japan right now, the odds of him getting any legal repercussions are extremely low. Because for Japan to even do anything about it now, they would have to involve Interpol and similar organizations like that. But those kind of measures would be
They're
like,
not gonna
they
do
just
that.
basically don't happen, especially for non-violent trespassing. So realistically right now, Tom isn't risking any legal repercussions from this video. The only time legal issues could arise is if he decides to return to Japan in the future. In that case, immigration officials could potentially detain him, temporary or refuse entry while they investigate the Fukushima incident. And as the police themselves acknowledge, there is some legal ambiguity here. Like, I mean, the house is clearly abandoned. The roof has collapsed, and the owner apparently only comes back once a month to clean up, but has no plans to return permanently.
Wait, does Japan have the law of like the house ownership or the land ownership? Because a lot of countries have the land ownership and the house is just on it. So technically it would be trespassing if they trespass on the land. I just don't know which one Japan has. I wouldn't be surprised Tokyo will be the only tourist spot that foreigners are only allowed to go. Probably, yeah. But I think we're heading where even like the businesses that don't allow foreigners in is in Tokyo.
I still think that's trespassing because it's not his property and he's farming someone else's property for content. Then layer that on top of it being a disaster zone, a tragedy happened there. I don't know. The whole situation is just extremely distasteful in my eyes. So, I mean, it's safe to say that Tom's Fukushima video will probably remain the most controversial piece of content from his entire Asia tour. But whether it actually changes anything about foreign creators' approach to filming in sensitive locations in Japan, that's an entirely different question. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to change too much because, I mean, we've had so many other morons go to Japan, do a bunch of stupid stuff, and it's still happening. So people aren't learning from each other. But I guess that's just our reality right now.
Yeah, because all people care about is clicks, views, numbers. It's not that they're not learning. What they're learning is, oh, it brought a person notoriety and money. Let me do the same thing. That's what they're learning. That's it. The whole debacle of content creator disrespecting Japan started with Logan Paul. I'm pretty sure it started before. It started way before.
I'm spinning in circles like a crooked thread. Dance with the chaos inside my head. I'm bouncing off walls, can't find my feet. Stumbling round in a world so sweet. The world's a carnival, a funny parade. I'm laughing through tears in a bright masquerade. Strange colors blur, but I'm still in the game. Juggling dreams, but none feel the same. Bouncing on clouds.